Hello, my beautiful darlings, and welcome back to Satisfactory. Yeah, I know, it's been a while. It's been a bit. And I'm gonna explain why in just a second. I just want you guys to take in this insanity that we left behind. Well, where we left off the last time we were here. And honestly, I have no freaking clue. Oh, what on earth are we doing? Well, we are building a factory. Satisfactory. So, it's a given, right? But, I still have no idea what we're doing. Well, the reason to my abstinence or me being MIA is because, one, I gotta find someplace else to put my stuff down, and also a shit ton of freaking birthdays in a row. Don't get me wrong, birthdays are wonderful. They are absolutely wonderful and needs to be celebrated, of course, when you've got people that you actually enjoy. But 5 in a freaking row, and it's not over yet. And on top of that, I gotta find a new place to put my head. That doesn't cost my kidneys and a liver, and also, you know, doesn't eat up my entire paycheck, because I don't have enough people on here that creates a bit of extra income for me whatsoever. And I don't expect that. But right now, I wish I had that extra tiny bit of monies, so I could say, yay, let's take this apartment, it looks great, and get it over with, so I can get back to freaking normal. I hate this. I really hate this. Not the structure, but the situation, right? But honestly, $8,200 just in rent, right? And that's just for the place to live. Okay, hold on to your coffee mug, okay? I'm holding on to mine, as you can see, and I literally got my support cup here too. But that's just for the place to live. And then on top of that, we still need to eat. Right? We still need nourishment and medicine and being able to take care of oneself, right? And honestly, I'm panicking because I don't just want to say yes to the first and the best thing that comes my way, because the building that I live in currently and have lived in for almost 11 years now has been sold to new people. Don't get me wrong, I think that is absolutely amazing for the people who bought the place. So I'm not blaming them, but for me, we're structure and knowing exactly what's going on most of the time. That's let's say about 90% of the time for me to function. And also knowing that I need a new place, right? But I also need to know that I have enough to actually live. Without having to go back to where I were just a couple of years ago. Because honestly, it took a toll on my health. And let's just say another dash in that direction, the wrong way, wouldn't help. It would not help whatsoever. And I'm not saying this to be a complainy, whiny, entitled person. That's the last thing I want to do. Be one of those kind of peoples. The only reason why I'm putting it all out there and letting you guys know is if I seem a bit more scatterbrained than normal, that's because there's a lot of stuff going on here and around me, and they do not compute. They do not go together. It's like oil and water without a freaking blender. And unfortunately, I can't just take those two components and do what we are doing here, right? Take those two components, throw them into one of these babies, and say, problem fixed. Doesn't work like that, unfortunately. I wish it did. And also, I don't want to fall in love with a place that I wouldn't be able to live in the long run either. And then the next issue, on top of all of that, yeah, not more complaining, I promise, but just another factor that I need to keep in mind because of this whole endeavor is I can't just say yes to some place with a escalator or elevator if I want to see my biomom on a regular basis. My foster mom, on the other hand, she would be fine with the elevator, but my mom, not so much. We need, what is it called? I know what it's called. Can I remember what it's called? No. It is under architecture. Great job, brain. Come on. Is that the center? I think that is the center. Let's see. Color at the center? Sure. Control. Boop. I'm gonna put one there, and then we're gonna take that one out and replace. Just one, thank you. Where was I? Yeah. Well, my mom wouldn't be able to visit me, even though there might be a elevator involved. That wouldn't work. And I can already hear you guys in the comment section being like, well, you gotta think of yourself. If you're okay with the elevator, then with your family. Which for most people would be a-okay. Sure. What if we do that? Does that look terrible? You know what? Let's just throw more things at it and see what we think in just a bit. Let's see, we want some of these, those, right? I had a dumb idea, so we're just gonna try it. So just bear with me. But I figured since I have to move, right? And I actually do want to be able to have my mom come to my place so we can have a bit of fun. Play some cards. And I can cook her something good. And to make sure that the place that I hopefully will get isn't too overstimulating for well, it's not too overstimulating, not for me, not for my mom either. Since my mom has multiple personality disorder, she's schizophrenic, so. And for me, since I do have my own issues, and again, it's not a poor me away thing, okay? I'm just trying to explain to you guys there's a lot of factors that I have to consider regardless. Would that work? Let's see. I might have to get a bit more wall here. Let's see. Well, that would be helpful if I picked the roof with the right slope. Okay, if we bring it to there, and then run that all the way over. So yeah, there's a lot of things that I have to keep in mind when choosing a place. And not to mention, I need to get a place that is handicapable friendly, since my condition is not gonna get better. So there are some things that I really need to make sure that is okay regardless. What if we grab one of these? Would that be terrible? I don't think that would be terrible. And most of the time I try my very best not to discuss anything personally. But since this is gonna impact what I can do for my channel, I kind of feel obligated to let you guys know what's going on, why. And again, it's not a boo-hoo poor me thing. It's just a nice, honest conversation. And because I respect you guys and I want to do my very best to provide something entertaining and not just being one of those peoples. I figured honesty is the best policy. And I know that somebody's gonna take this as a boo-hoo me thing. But to sum it up, literally, first, I lost my foster dad. And then die. A lot of sadness. I'm still sad. And then learning that the place that I have called home for almost 11 years has gotten sold. And it's only a matter of time before, yeah. I'm gonna get a knock on my door and getting the meshes. Sorry girl, we're gonna need you to move. So, I'm trying to be proactive and positive, but honestly, it's not doing me any favors. It's really not. And I hate it because I feel like I'm neglecting my friends. And I'm trying not to let it impact my health, as it may be. But it's a tough cookie to swallow. And unfortunately, it's not one of the fun kinds. It tastes like chocolate. And then if we grab that, so yeah, that is the long form and the short form. And honestly, hopefully the next time I will have to mention it or say anything about it is because I literally have to move. not me having to explain why I have been MIA. Because then it would be obvious why I have to be MIA for a bit. Honestly, sometimes it sucks being self-aware. Right? Because I know I do not function like everybody else around me, which is fine, don't get me wrong. But expecting the same things from myself that I see around me, I still gotta remind myself that it's not feasible, no matter how much I wish it were. It's not gonna happen. Does it piss me off? Absolutely. No doubt about it. But that's the reality. How are we gonna do this? I do not know, but I do know on top of all of this coffee. And honestly, guys, go get yourself something to stay hydrated with too. And a snack. Do I have a snack? This is for later, when I'm done filming and I get into the editing bit, then I can have this. This is my carrot, so to speak, for doing somewhat of a good job. Somewhat. Because honestly, right now I feel like I'm back at the square zero. With a lot of minus. Oh, and more zeros. Yeah. And that is not a nice feeling, but once again, just being blunt and honest. And I just realized I could make a very, very bad blunt joke. Because, yeah. Blunt. Shut up, brain. We gotta find some place up high. See if we can get up there, right? Or maybe a bit further away. But I do think up there would be good. Give me. Thank you. Yes, I could use the flying mod, but I'm trying to be considerate of the people who may or may not have the ability to mod their Satisfactory. And also, I'm surprised I'm not dead. Why am I not dead? In game. No need to come for me, YouTube. In game, mind you. Jeebus. Fine, we find someplace else up high. I want to see how it looks. And we need to add some color to all of this because honestly it's just gray with more gray with more gray. And it fits with the rain in the game. Which makes it... yeah, it makes it worse. Way worse. Way worse! Don't ask me. Honestly, we can make it more funny. Way worse! Wrap your arms! What happens when you have a person with social anxiety, ADHD, and a bad sense of humor? You get me. Oh, and also don't forget to add this match or a full top of self-doubt on top of all of it, but that's mainly because of anxiety, so we try not to listen to that, but it doesn't always work. Let's see. Does this roofline look stupid? Yes. Does it look like a big Rubik's block of blocks? Hell yes. Am I gonna do something about it? I don't know yet. But I do see that we need to finish off some glass over there, and I think we're gonna add a inverted something something just for funsies. And then we're gonna call this structure good for now, because honestly I wanna do the super duper fuel because it's fun. Okay. Alright. Oh, and speaking of unexpected and weird stuff, YouTube, our beloved YouTube, has once again changed up their policy regarding swearing and strong language and violence in video games or for content on YouTube. So they have made some adjustments, so it's less severe for creators who can't stop swearing, and I'm trying my very best not to. Honestly, sometimes it's very difficult. So I had to train myself to use other words instead of the bad ones that some people apparently get their trousers in a bunch over. And no, I'm not advocating that we all need to have potty mouths, but yeah, that's gotta be a but. Maybe more than one. The but is, since so many of us here that are very creative people, even though some of them will say, no, I'm not creative, well, you kind of have to have an ounce of creative juice in you. Thanks, Brain, for having a short. Or even wanting to try and create something. In general, you kind of have to be curious, somewhat creative. And nobody's saying you gotta be freaking Bob Ross or Michelangelo. But we gotta be somewhat creatively minded, since most of us don't have a full team of people pitching us ideas Not to mention editing our stuff. Should we put an inside triangle? Or take it more to the extreme? We could take it further. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? More triangles? More triangles. You know what? Let's see what happens if we add more triangles. Oh. There we go. And next one. That's cute, but not quite what we need. Okay. There we go. Well, since we are making silly structures, we might as well just go full on silly. So that's what we're gonna do. Oh, yeah, they changed up some things regarding being a potty mouth, which is great. But I'm still gonna try my very best not to swear too much. I'm not gonna promise that it's not gonna happen, because that would be a lie. And since I'm not good at lying anyways, why do it in the first place, right? Should we give it a glass top? We are gonna give it a glass top. And why are we putting in the corners first? Because it makes it easier. That way you don't have to switch out pieces too much, which is great. And also this way we can make it look like it ate a giant piece of Toblerone. And have a laugh about that too. Because I kind of feel like we're gonna need it. And I have kind of been trying out some new things for funsies. And also, again, to keep my brain distracted and not go full panic mode. And also not just to do my normal coping mechanism, which is what I'm doing right now, building. So I have been looking into some different genres. Don't shoot me. But I have. Different genres of games. And I do know some of you guys miss me and I streaming, which I do too, very much. Not just very much, a lot. And of course, now and again, one would get that stupid thought in your head that, oh, I want to play hooky today. And the only times I were MIA from dice streams was very, very, very sick. Otherwise, I tried my very best to be there. Or because of my family. Not thinking about which days were marked as busy in my calendar. They got better about that though, but still. Yeah, we're getting somewhere. Now we gotta do the whole inside walkway and the rest of the roofing on here. But it's starting to look like something though. Is it perfect? No. Do I mind? Not so much actually. I actually think that we managed to make something that looks light and airy despite it being humongous, to say the least. And the second big structure that we're gonna make is gonna be for the super duper fuel. But yeah, I think this whole area is gonna be glorious. Well, compared to our starting point in this game, on this save, I think we moved up at least 1,000 levels. Not literally, but figuratively speaking. And yeah. And then we need to add some lights and doodads. But I think we're getting somewhere. That's just a fall to our death here. Come on, let me just... We'll see. Fine. Oh. Yeah. It's starting to look like something. And I'm doing my very best to not start singing stupid Christmas songs, since we already had Christmas, and Christmas is not until some months later in the future. And by then, hopefully, I should have a new fucking place. Fuck this shit. But you know what the cue for that is? Color. Yes. So, any color suggestions would be greatly appreciated. And, because we got a lot of space that needs some colors. But I think on the inside we're gonna play around with the lights to add colors that way on the inside. On the outside, I don't know yet. So, and yes, I will get back to the comment section. I promise you guys that. But honestly, like I said, everything's just been up in the air. Without a life jacket, no parachute, no goggles, no oxygen. Kamikaze jump? Not quite. Because if it were a true kamikaze jump, that I have a tendency to do in game, and not just in this one, then it would be without any jetpack without safety lines, because since I know myself and I am a squirrel that believes I can flap my wings and literally fly regardless, there are some safety precautions for me. Okay, thank you, autosave. And wow, I managed to not make a dumb face. Holy smokes. But yeah, I've been looking into maybe add some new games to our shenanigans. And if you are a Sims 4 player and you're not aware, or I should just say EA in general, if you got some games on EA and you're not aware, here's your warning. Origin is no longer operational for most of us, I would guess by now. So if you want to have access to new games on EA, guess what? You have to install an EA app, and let's just say it has not been sunshines and cookies. Yep. Okay. We gotta count a bit here. So 1. Okay. So we need 1 more and then we can slope. Let's grab the slope. Slope. And I'm surprised I haven't forgotten any of the controls yet, because it feels like I've been away like forever. And I think YouTube did their cleanup thing, so if you used to be subscribed to my channel and all of a sudden you're not, then say thank you to YouTube. And if you were one of those wonderful souls that got removed from my subscription fee because of YouTube, please consider resubscribing, because I'm still hoping to get to 400 subscribers this year. And that would be the best yay move-in gift ever, not to mention birthday gift, because it's a big one this year. It's a big one. Well, according to my family, nonetheless. Me, all I'm looking forward to is having, let's just say, a month of silliness, good food, being able to create content for you guys, yes, I know it sounds sad, but that's my idea of a good time. hopefully somebody is gonna be like, hey lady, huh? Do you wanna join our streams? Because regardless, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to get better interwebs in my new place. So I'm hoping, but once again, I'm not gonna put my nose up there and be like disappointed if I can't. Of course I would be very disappointed. Who am I kidding? I would be very disappointing. That's not how you speak. I would be very disappointed if I can't get to fall to my death. If I can't get fiber. Even though secretly, I'm hoping that my bestie gets better interwebs before me. Because he deserves it. And that way he can hold it over my head and be like, aha, I got it before you. And he would. Which is fair. Wouldn't blame him for doing that. But mainly because I wanna go on a campaign in Valheim with my bestie, and yeah, it would be fun. I think we might have to check on the storage bins. Because it looks like we're getting full up in here. Let's just steal a couple. Should we put a door here too? Kind of feel like we need to. Right? Right. That way we got a reference for later, because that is another storage area that we can utilize if we need to, and still have passageway to go through. Good. Now how on earth are we gonna do this? Didn't I? Yes, I did. Why didn't you? Right. What if we going to repeat and do that on this section? Don't mind the red lights down there because they're not connected. They got power, but they're not connected to the production line yet. Not too far. Yeah. Okay. Now we just need to get in and down. without plummeting to our death. Well, it would be funny though. Now, where are we missing glasses? Here. More glass. And one more. And then teeny wall. No, no, yes. Right, so far so good. And then we can figure out how we're gonna dress up that whole situation too. So I mentioned what's going on. Yes. I mentioned YouTube's policy changing a bit. Tried to be a jokester. Check. And we finished roofing. And adding walls. So honestly, 10-4 and a gold star. And still, I can't freaking believe I remembered the freaking controls for this either. But yeah, I've been thinking about adding some new games to the roster. But the two I have in mind are still in early access, like Satisfactory is in early access, but Satisfactory is actually working. Whereas the other two, they kind of work, mostly. But they still need to add all of the things they want to add before. Yeah. And I don't know if I am gonna post Sea of Thieves stuff myself. I might be joining Rob on that. But and Sims 4 unfortunately will have to wait, since I gotta save all of the pennies that I don't have. So I have enough to pay for the down payment for a new place and movers and why did I do this? Well, for all of those necessary things that comes alongside with having to move. Why didn't I just say that to the from the get? Okay, that's enough. That's all, folks. But how do you guys feel about something a bit more laid back and chill, like Dreamlight Valley or Coral Islands? And in case you didn't know, there's actually a couple of games on Facebook that is named exactly the same. Coral Island and Coral Island 2. And I used to play the hell out of those, both of them. And this one is in the similar vein, but not quite. Not quite. I'm just double checking in my head and seeing if there's something else I needed to remember. I don't think so, besides ramps. But I promise I will keep you guys up to date what's going on. But yeah, like I said, it's just been so many things stacked on top of each other, and me not having enough mental capacity to do anything really at all, which is not an excuse. I wish it were. And right now I'm literally fighting tooth, nails, beak to get back to normal schedule. And I know for most people that sounds easy peasy lemon squeezy, no problemo, right? Oh, should we add some walls down here? Maybe. Or just some blocks. We could do some blocks. Let's just quickly take a look-see before we sign off. But for most people, that is easy peasy lemon squeezy, getting back to normal routines, right? But for some of us, it's not that easy. And especially when you're getting overstimulated and stressed out because you're not keeping your normal schedule. And on top of that, still have to do adulting. And I take my hat up for the people who actually manage to do everything. I really do. And the worst part is, those people make it look easy, which is very good for them. Absolutely. It makes me a tiny bit jealous, to be honest. Should we take that out a bit? Or is that too much? Does that make sense? Kinda? Well, I had another dumb idea, so we are quickly gonna do that. Like I said before we sign off. I keep seeing things that needs to be fixed, and not just here, but in general, and yeah. Stress, baby. Like I said, I am very much looking forward to getting back to the status quo. Until I have to move. Is that better? Somewhat. Yeah. Instead of mind the gap, governor, watch your head. I feel like I've been doing a shit ton of complaining. I hope not. That I really hope that it didn't come across that way, because that's the last thing I wanna. No. Nope. But I hope you all are doing good. I hope you all are staying safe and as happy as possible. And don't be a flying squirrel. It's bad enough that I am. And hopefully I will see you all in the next one. Take care now. Bye bye. And I still don't get why this has been yada yada. Like, you stop being you when you're signing off. I'm just gonna say bye. See you in the next one. Because no matter what, I'm still gonna be me. On screen, off screen. Doesn't matter. Bye.